The burnt egg roll?
Mic check, mic check. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How you doing, Arsenio?
Good, man. How are you? Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise, likewise.
Definitely, bro. You got a fat background right there, man. That's nice.
Likewise. Is that Howard Stern back there?
That is Howard Stern. That's right, man. King of freedom of speech, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Yeah. He's dope. He's dope. I just rewatched his that autobiography, the movie Private Parts.
Hell yeah, that's a good ass movie.
Yeah.
I see you a big hip hop head too.
Oh yeah. That's what I grew up on since second grade. Likewise, I'm just trying to get my mind right, man.
You rolling one up?
I'm packing a little bowl real quick, but
What's that, shatter?
No, it's just runts, yeah, flowers.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, it's been kind of a little bit of a rush. I was working late last night. Like I do some NBA 2K live streaming, and then it just kind of went late into the night. So I was blazing some trees on there. So like I woke up like a little bit later than I wanted to, and I was almost like, man, I don't know if I'm feeling right now, but I'm like, man, I gotta be a professional, you know?
yeah, no doubt, man. It's in yourself. You gotta make yourself do it. It's like, all right. I mean, really, does it really matter, man? Come on. Nah, I gotta do it.
Yeah. But I don't have anything like prepared right now. Like I have a couple questions in mind based off what I've seen from you and all that, but like I don't have any like major topics. So I figured like today I would just like cool. Kind of like freestyle whatever you want to talk about or whatever, you know, is going on in mainstream media we can like get down on.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. That's what I'm with. I don't like that, you know, scripted conversation. I like just, you know, the vibe, getting together, just talking about shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's the thing I like to do.
Yeah. I feel you. To the people listening to like my podcast, the P.V.R LYFE project, like this is Arsenio, man. He also hosts a podcast, the Arce podcast. Like, can you tell us a little bit about like, you know, where you grew up, where you're from? Did you grow up in Virginia, and then like how did you get into like podcasting and stuff?
Thanks, man. Yeah. Yo, word is bond. That's like more than 2 hours. Nah. It really is a long story. No, I grew up. I was born in Neptune, New Jersey. Then moved to Asbury Park. Lived there till I was about 9, and then moved to New Hampshire for a couple of years. No, I'm sorry. The numbers are off. Moved to New Hampshire around 7. Came back around 9 to Asbury Park, and then lived there until I was about 13, maybe 12, and then that's when I came to Virginia. Yeah, so you know, I'm a Jersey boy originally, but I got that Virginia country heart, man. I'm telling you, I love it out here. You know.
Yeah, I was gonna say your ethnicity is Puerto Rican, so I was like, in my mind, I don't really see a lot of like, I don't think of like a lot of Puerto Ricans in Virginia, but Jersey, I can see that.
There's a lot of us here, but when I got here for the first time in 1995, it was few and far in between, bro. Straight up, everybody else was like, you know, from Central or South America, but I never was like on the Puerto Rican side like that. Like my culture was always mixed. It wasn't just because, you know, I'm Puerto Rican and this, you know, it was mixed with black culture. So yeah, I got a Puerto Rican flag, but my best friend, he black, he got a Puerto Rican flag on too. You know what I'm saying? He happened to be Jamaican. I got the Jamaican joint on. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? It was more just maybe a statement more than anything. So the Puerto Rican culture was never really something solid. It was always just, you know, the hood, I guess, man. I hate to say it like that, for real. Until I moved here to Virginia anyway. But lately I've been, you know, trying to get back to being, you know, in the spirit of what my ancestors were, man. Trying to, you know, listen to a lot more music. I don't know if you heard my intro, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I got a salsa intro that says my name in it, so hell yeah, I'm gonna use it.
So are you full Puerto Rican?
Yeah, Both my parents were born on the island.
Hmm.
And I was born in Jersey. Yeah. So.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah, man.
Puerto Rican Day
Yeah.
Parade, man. Have you? I'm sure. I won't say I'm
Never
sure,
been.
but have you ever been to that before?
Nah, never been to it. Not the one in New York anyway. We used to always go to the one in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were younger. And then when I moved here, it was D.C. We go to D.C. for the Puerto Rican Day Festival. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like, not the New York one. I've never been to that one where people wilding out, raping each other and shit on the streets and shit like that, and fighting and all that. Shit, rest in peace to Giovanni, man, from Chicago. He was leaving a Puerto Rican Day parade, and they got into an altercation with some other guys in the car, supposedly. And the dude shot Giovanni twice and his wife, his girlfriend, and they left a little baby, like 2 years old, man. And he was shot dead in the street, man, right then and there. Crazy as hell, man. He was like 19, 20 years old, bro.
Damn. Is this somebody that you know, or it's just
Nah, it was
current
all over the
news?
news. Yeah, it was on the news, man. In Chicago, fucking crazy as hell. You know, following all the Puerto Rican pages, you know, and on Instagram and all that kind of stuff. So they keep an eye for me, if you will.
Yeah. Are you a pretty fluent Spanish speaker?
Nah, not at all.
Mm.
I the only way I can explain it is I have enough Spanish to understand a 5-year-old and to speak that much. You know what I'm saying? I guess I understand it more. I understand more than I can speak it. So like, you know, I would say I can speak it on a 4th grade level or a 4-year-old level, 5-year-old level. That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something interesting because like I grew up in the Midwest, and then after I graduated college, I moved to Korea to learn about my mom's side. My mom's from Korea, my dad's from China, but I didn't know much about my mom's side. So when I went out to Korea, like I was teaching English out there, and I met this kid from LA, Korean American, and he couldn't like he could speak Korean, like his accent and everything sounds kind of Korean, you know, pretty much close to Korean, but his vocabulary was kind of like low, and I was like, I couldn't, in my mind, it was hard for me to comprehend that, you know. I was like, you can speak it, but then, you know, as I got older, I was like, yeah, it's probably because his vocabulary, you know, because he grew up in the States, so he at a certain level, but his parents spoke it to him so he could understand it well, just like a normal Korean, but like he could speak it to the like native Koreans out there, but he couldn't like go too deep into conversation, you know.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's like kind of what happens with me, unless I'm drunk for some reason. My tongue gets loose. I start talking like crazy. I understand way more. I have a whole damn conversation in Spanish.
maybe that's a mental thing. You think maybe?
It could be, man. Maybe the mushrooms will help. That'd be a nice thing to unlock in my brain, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's already programmed in there from my parents.
Yeah. I seen you were doing something with like mushrooms, like a mushroom, like what is it, like a vlog or like diary, mushroom diaries?
Shroom diaries. Basically, it's just me learning what the fuck mushrooms are. Like, I'm not a fucking scholar. I'm not an engineer. I'm not smart, bro. Basically is what I'm saying. I got a high school education, public school education, bro, from 30 years ago, it seems like 40 years ago. Yeah, Shroom Diaries, like me learning. I listen. Look, I ain't gonna sit here in front. I listen to Terrence McKenna and shit like that all the time. Nah, yo, I'm into the science of it. To be perfectly honest, I love the way how you have to mix spores with grain to make mycelium, and then you have to inoculate your substrate in order to make this perfect condition for these mushrooms to grow. That shit blows my fucking mind, bro. I love doing it. But you know, on the Shroom Diaries, I basically write something new every time, or like once a week or something like that. It's just a small little blog about how I'm going through what I'm going through. I'm coming off of, I've weaned off of my Zoloft sertraline, um, and it's been 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks now since I've been off of it, and I feel fucking amazing. I'm not even gonna lie. But here's the thing: the mushrooms don't work on me, not yet. I've been taking them. Took some today. You're supposed to be able to see some visuals and so, yeah, man. The other night on Monday, I took 9 grams of the Puerto Rican cubensis that I have, and felt nothing, bro. Nothing. I was so mad. I was so mad. I was like, because I said, fuck it, I'm gonna challenge these shrooms today, and I just started eating them. Drinking and shit. I ain't go for it. I was drinking too. That's probably what stopped it, to be honest. But no, sertraline, what it does, it blocks excessive serotonin, and serotonin is what gets your moods up and makes you feel happy and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like it stabilizes it, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So when you ingest mushrooms, the psilocybin, I guess, the psilocin reacts with the serotonin, and I don't know, it's some shit in the brain that happens. But whatever the mushrooms does, the sertraline stops, basically. So, and I've been on them for 8 years, and I've been weaning off slowly since April. And now I'm up to the point where, like I said, 2.5 weeks without it. It could take years for the sertraline to stop working. But from what I read though, it's got a short half-life. So if you don't take it for a day, 50% of it is gone, and then 50% of that every day after that. But if you stop it abruptly, you get something called discontinuation syndrome. And you get vertigo, you get dizzy, you get little electrical zaps. It's weird, man. Because I'm still going. That's what I'm going through now. You know what I'm saying? It's like little electrical voltage in the back of my tongue. It's like, what the fuck is that? And sometimes like my vision just shifts for some reason. I don't know. And then you get dizzy and shit. But it lasts like a split second and it's gone. It's like not even, you know what I'm saying? But I tell you what's been helping is the bud. The bud's been helping a lot. It controls that shit for real. But yeah, that's where I'm at now, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I'm kind of lost in my story now because there's so much. There's just been so much, and I'm glad somebody's fucking listening. To be perfectly honest.
No, it's interesting, man. I like hearing mushroom stories, man. Like, I just started taking mushrooms too, man. Like,
Shit.
I tried it for the first time like 3 years ago, and I was with a couple buddies, and he was giving me like more like controlled dosages. So, like, I don't know how many grams exactly like he gave me that time, but like I was just feeling like peace and love at that time. He took me and my other buddy out to like a beach somewhere, like around Ventura area.
Okay.
And we just shroomed out like on the beach, man. And you just have these crazy thoughts, but then it's just feeling love and less ego. But it wasn't like a strong trip. But then I just started taking them again like this year, and like the first time I took it, I felt like love and stuff. But then the second time I took it this year, I started taking more, kind of like how you did, just trying to, like how you ate 9 grams. I was like, fuck, let me just eat as much as not as much as I can, but a little bit more than I usually do. Sure. And like I definitely felt that one, man. I was just like feeling like really like peace and love, and I just was like going through my contacts in my phone, trying to hit up everybody in my phone, telling them I love them and stuff,
Oh man.
Just to kind of see like who responds. And so most people they'll be like,
I might get in trouble if I do that. That's awesome though, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, shrooms are a trip though. Like, did you watch that Fantastic Fungi documentary that my guy that on Stone Tribe, they put me onto that? Did you peep that out?
I watched it. That's pretty good, man. Paul Stamets, shout out to him. He's the one that really is the one that I'm looking up to the most right now, just because, I mean, the way he what was it? He dropped out of college or some shit, or didn't even attend college or something, and he just was working in landscaping, and then he fucking found mushrooms, and now he's this leading mushroom expert in the world. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's such a good documentary, man, and I think the stoned ape theory it's extremely plausible. It's just as plausible as any other thing that has been put out, including the Bible, in my opinion.
It could quite possibly be, man. Like when I think about that theory, the stoned ape theory, and then how long time has gone by, like millions of years, right? Like, and it's hard to say, you know, we only know what they tell us, but you know, I agree. It could be, there's something to it, I think. You know what else I think though? Like, sorry to cut you off. Like sometimes I think there's kind of like I feel like there's been like resets in history. There's been, yeah, there's been like probably civilizations that have advanced pretty far, and then there's been like cataclysmic like events that have maybe like ended human race at that time, you know. But then there's probably some people that survived and then they built it back up, you know. So
I completely and utterly agree, man. I just learned some though about Enoch and how the Giza pyramid of Giza or whatever is probably, they think is his, like he built it or some shit like that, man. It's crazy. There's ancient aliens though, man. I take it for a grain of salt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll be watching that shit too, man. Like,
but I do believe that there were ancient societies that have risen and fallen greatly, and the world does what it does best, man. It recycles, and we're just part of that cycle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say we're the most technological, advanced society that's ever been? You know what I'm saying? We don't know that.
Yeah. What if in the past like aliens have came already, or there's been like civilizations that have made it to like outer space already, you know, and then they evolved into like the aliens that they show us on TV, you know, those.
Quite possible. Yeah, seriously, man. So I swear, man, I believe that shit. Goddamn. That's good, man. But it's so true. It is so fucking true. We're talking what? From what we know, 100,000 years, maybe 200. But that's what they're finding new fossil records as now. That's not really a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? That's not all that. Everything gets recycled back into the earth.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, that alien shit though, bruh. Ooh, yeah. I got to be honest, man. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they do that? If they were that advanced, why wouldn't they come to the earth to spread their seed, if you will, have an experiment?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's what I feel.
We're doing it now. Look at Mars. We're doing it now. So, yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, I mean that's how I feel. Like these aliens, they probably are looking at us as humans, and they're like just trying to see what we're doing to like and how far we're progressing, you know. Yeah. And it's kind of like how Joe Rogan talks about like how humans we're slowly getting like, he thinks we're getting like weaker and like less like strong, and like, you know, how our bodies are evolving, like people tend to have like less hair on their bodies and stuff like that. He thinks that in the future, like, you know, humans get to different planets, and then like the ones that are they come down and just like check on us, whoever has like evolved like is still on Earth and stuff.
Yeah, I fuck with Joe Rogan. He's like kind of like what I like to do, man. That type of podcast, just 2 people, 3 people getting together, having a regular conversation, not necessarily having a topic. You know what I mean? Just getting together and talking. That's the kind of podcasting I like.
Yeah, likewise. Have you been to LA before?
Nah, never been on the West Coast. Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Blurred Explorer?
I haven't heard of that. What is that?
He's a gentleman. He's out in Korea. He's a teacher actually, and he's a 6'6" black guy in Korea as a teacher. teaching English, and he wrote like a travel guide. I've only read the first one so far. It was Incheon, South Korea, and it was a good little book, man. You know, to be perfectly honest, I didn't know you were Korean, so I didn't even know that was gonna even come up, man. That's pretty cool. I can connect with you on that a little bit, even though I don't know what the fuck Incheon is and nothing like that, but it's weird how things just piece together, bro.
Yeah. No, I lived in that city actually, Incheon. That and that you're
Oh
talking.
shit.
So when I first moved to Korea, that was the first city that they put me in to teach English at. And it's kind of like, I think it's like the third largest city in South Korea. And
Okay.
yeah, it's a cool place. It's kind of like a seaport, similar to kind of, I guess, like out here in Cali, like maybe like Long Beach out here, where there's like a seaport where ships come in. Incheon is kind of like the same thing. It's like a port city, but it's nice out there. But yeah, so this
It
guy.
seems like
uh
it seems like a little small town kind of feel, but a big time. I don't like the structures. The structures are beautiful out there, man. Um, and it just, I don't know. It just seems a nice little town to go visit, bro. Like, you ain't gonna have no problems walking around. You may get people staring at you because he says that, being who he is, he gets a lot of stares, and that's just what their culture is over there. And it's not that they're racist; it's that they don't see you often. They don't see your type that often. You know what I mean? So it was a cool little book, man. And how do you pronounce it?
It's I say it's Incheon, but like
Incheon.
of course I think like the native Koreans, they will pronounce it just a little bit different. Yeah,
Okay,
but
gotcha. Incheon. Yeah, that's cool, man. He got another one. Like I said, I haven't gotten to it yet. But yeah, you should check him out, man. It's cool little guide, and hit him up on Instagram, bro. Talk to him. Yeah, he's
yeah,
pretty cool.
there's a
He'd probably like to talk to you.
yeah, there's like a lot of people that kind of like do that. I think like vlogging out in different countries. There's like this white guy,
Okay.
like Jo
Yeah.
Nation, like he's an older white guy, but he lives in China, and he vlogs out in China, and a lot of what he vlogs in China is to just show people around the world that tune in that China is not as bad as what mainstream U.S. mainstream media paints it to be.
Yeah.
Like, he'll go around different parts of China and show people like, hey, look, do these people look like they're repressed?
Yeah.
Everybody's just walking around doing their thing, you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So it's kind of an interesting, I think it's good for people that only listen to like mainstream media and have these preconceived notions of different countries that they've never been to.
Sure. Makes sense. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Did you watch the last episode, Joe Rogan, with Yeonmi Park?
I saw like some clips of it. I didn't click on them though, but I was like, man, that is one guest that I would be like, yo, I kind of want to like probably listen to the full episode when I have time. But did you listen to the full episode?
Yeah, it's amazing, bro. Her story is crazy. She was up until the age of 13, she was living in North Korea, and then she went to a doctor's visit, and the doctor or the nurse or whatever it was said, "I can get you out," and got her out and brought her and her mother into China. And from there, she was with like, I forget what they called it exactly, like sold almost into slavery, sex slavery, if you will. You know what I mean? But lucky for her, she says that her virginity was never taken. From the first person that they met to the person that they got sold to the person that eventually freed her from whatever deal they had. You know what I mean? But she talks about the entire how there's no we. I mean, there's no I, no word I. They've gotten rid of the word I in North Korea. There's no word friend. There's no word love. There's no depression. There's no sad. They've taken all these words out of their vernacular. The government did. And
do you think she's, yeah, sorry to cut you off, do you think she's hyping that up like it's for real, or that's just her perspective of what she witnessed?
That shit felt real, man. I don't know. That shit felt real to me when I was watching it, yo. The way she was talking about it, for real. Yo, that shit seemed real, man. I don't know, man. Give it a shot. You tell me, man.
Yeah.
Want to pull one up? We could pull one up if you want.
Yeah. No, because I think like there's probably a lot of like people that I don't know the exact population in North Korea right now, but like you might find, it depends on who you interview, man. I think maybe you might find a happy motherfucker out in North Korea that might be like, yo, North Korea is like, I love it out here, man.
Yeah,
because they don't know no better.
He's probably the general in the motherfucking army. That's why.
I think a lot of times though, when I listen to people talk, I'm like, are they speaking like from their perspective, or is it just like a generality or stereotype? Because like, you know, there could be some people that come to America or grew up in America and then go to a different country and they have a different perspective of like the U.S. You know, they could they could be like, man, the U.S. You know, I didn't have a good experience out here, so you know that's what they'll tell people. Or U.S. is like that, but then there's people in the U.S. that are like, nah, the U.S. ain't like that.
Of course, it's all about perception and, you know, stuff like that. But I don't know, man. Just coming out of the stories that she talks about, like the government does not give them food, and anything that's out there, whether it's wheat, metal, cattle, rats, all that shit, it belongs to the state. Like seriously, like they have nothing, bruh. And if they get caught doing anything, and everybody's a spy. Everybody spies on each other. The entire in the entire community, bro. That's the way she described it, man. It's fucking crazy though. But I believe it's like that, man. Being that kind of dictatorship under that rule, man, that shit's wild, bro.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I would have. Yeah, it could be, man. I mean, she has her perspective, right? But what if it was just like that movie, like the interview with Seth Rogen and James Franco? Like, it's all an image, right? What if, you know how they were like, you know, they when they got there, they were putting on the image, right? Like, it's North Korea is not as bad as you see, but then as he gets to know like the president there, like, he sees that, yeah, the people are really struggling, you know. But what if it was the opposite, you know?
That they was living life, but they show us that they struggling. Upside down. Oh shit.
Yeah, man. We would never know.
Nah, I don't think so anyway. But I mean, hey, look, like I said, it's all about perception. I'm sure there's happy people in North Korea, yo. You know, there's got to be.
Yeah, for real, man. If there wasn't, they probably burned that motherfucker down already, man, and probably have a revolt if the people.
Well, that's just it. She claims that they control the people by starvation. Like, because you wake up, you're hungry. All you think about is food. All you want to do is eat. There is no food. The cattle belongs, like I said, to the state. Any kind of food that you can eat belongs to the state. So it's all theirs. You know what I'm saying? She actually described it like it was the Hunger Games. And she said it's exactly like North Korea. Exactly like that. It's crazy as fuck, man.
Yeah. But I would think in North Korea there has to be like a class. Like, I would assume that there's a class of people. You know, there's probably like poor people and like upper class, like people that are doing well in North Korea. And then how big or small like the middle class is, like I don't know. You know, I can't say. But there's always people at the top and people at the bottom, I think, you know, in any country
that lives in Pyongyang, bro. That's well, I'm speaking like as if I fucking know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, that's not what it is. I'm sorry, bro. I don't mean to do that. But because I can get a little political at times, and I'm trying to drop that part of me, man. I hate that fucking part of me.
I like it though, man. I don't mind talking politics, man. That's the thing. So if you ever want to talk politics or get political,
I hate talking politics, bro. Yeah, it's just not a conversation worth having, to be perfectly honest. You know what I mean? It's just like, listen, man, it's cool, we could talk about, but yeah, I'm not gonna change your mind. You're not gonna change my mind. You know, we all view the world as we view it. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't think we're gonna be changing everyone's mind anytime soon.
I think it's more about like not even like but like just talking about it. It's more to like if you have two people that kind of like are okay at listening about it, like it's not to like change people's minds, but to just kind of like see the other side a little bit better, you know, and that comes
Sure.
through like talking or having open conversation, open dialogue. um
I
yeah,
think
so
yeah, I mean, that's for sure. That's for sure. That's absolutely true. Um, the reason I want to stay away from it mainly is because it's just it's nasty. It's a nasty area now that, in this time in the world, like it's you pick a side or it's either you're with us or against us. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit. Fuck that shit. I don't even want to talk about that. Let's talk about something else. You
yeah,
know.
I think
Let's talk
that's
about Joe Rogan and Yomi Park and, you know, my man Brandon Egg Roll.
I feel like that's mainstream media though, man. Mainstream media, they try to play that divide and conquer, man. Like that's how they pump it, you know, like it's this or that, you know, vax versus anti-vax, mask versus no mask type of thing. But it's just to get people to pick sides. And even with the whole political setup, like how they have it, like two major parties, the left and the right, Democrats, Republicans, it's like they try to get people to pick sides. But you know, at the end, I think, I don't know what you think, but I feel like they're just like on the same team at the top.
That's it, basically. I agree. Straight up. Word is bond.
Yeah.
And that's why I decided to stay even out of it, man. Let me grow my bud, my mushrooms. Let me work on myself, be self-reliant. I'll pay my taxes, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And just leave me the fuck alone. Let me podcast.
Yep. Yeah. I feel you. I'm exactly the same way, man. And that's why, like, I feel like I'm a true independent. Like a lot of people, they try to be like, yo, they have feelings for either the right side or the left side, but then, you know, when they get called out, they like to say, oh, I'm independent, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this is how you know if you're a true independent, man. Like, do you vote or not? You know, I don't vote, man. Shit.
Oh, I got you.
That's why I'm like, you know, what? I don't think I haven't voted since like I think John Kerry back in the day. That's who I voted for, and that was just because I turned 18, and they pump you up like you gotta vote or you're not a good citizen.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know, let me go vote, because that's what we're trained to do as kids in America coming up in the school systems out here. But then, you know, since then I haven't voted. You know, the last thing I voted for was Prop 64 in California to like legalize recreational weed. Like that got me out to vote. I'm like, okay, that'll affect me directly. But a lot of the presidential shit, like, you know, I feel like it's hyped up, you know, by the media. And you know, it doesn't, whoever's president, it really doesn't affect like how we operate on the day to day that much. Like, I'll ask you, like, if Donald Trump was president right now, how different do you think things would be today?
I don't think much, except for what's on TV.
Yeah.
Whatever's on TV, I don't know. That's what's going to be the same, you know what I mean? Or that's what's going to change, rather. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. I forgot the question. I'm high.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I was saying, like, if Donald Trump was president right now,
yeah,
like
yeah,
how different would things would be for us, you know, right now, like as an individual.
Okay. I think as far as, you know, how the payments and the stimulus checks were going out, I think that would have been handled better. I think people would have been more well off now. You know what I'm saying? But that's socialism. If you know what I mean? I can't deny it. But if you look in the past 2 years, you know, we've been, well, shit, probably longer than that. Really, we've been kind of a socialist society. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good thing, I don't think. But I'm not saying it doesn't work. You know, it works only for so long. You know what I mean? I have this thing where my wife's gonna hate me that I say this. I'm a dictator at home. I'm sorry. And I'm communist at home. I'm Democrat with my family. I'm Republican outside or some shit. I forgot how it goes, but it's some shit like that.
No, I see what you're saying, and I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, man, and it's like, I think I don't know. That doesn't work on all levels, bro. We can't make everybody do the same thing, man. We can't.
Yeah.
We can't, bro. Once we start doing that shit, that's just wrong, man. The end of the world, bro. The last society. We the last society of free speech, bro. United States is the last society of free speech.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, it's like I feel like when people like they get too far left or too far right, and it's like basically you want to control the other side. It's like then you're going to become the same thing that you are talking about, like communism, exactly. Fascism, all that type of stuff. If you eliminate one side, then you're going to become that, You're
absolutely right, and people probably not going to like that I say this, but Rush Limbaugh actually said that there is no left and right. It's a circle, because everything always comes back to the same thing, regardless of which direction you decide to choose. It's always going to end up in communism. You're always going to have dictatorships. You have to find where that balance is. That's what America was at first, was designed to be. But over the past 200 years, it's been kind of stepped on a little bit, and interpreted in different ways. Some say bad. You know what I mean? It is what it is, whether it's bad or good. It is.
Yeah, I think some laws they have to change due to the times changing, with like technology and how people operate, laws have to change to govern the people. But certain principles they should always, be held the same,
100%. 100%.
Yeah, man.
Damn, man, we got straight up on politics. That's some bullshit.
But it's real though.
Sorry, man.
That shit is real though, man. Like I think as we get older, like we're about pushing 40 now, both of us. So it's like I don't want to talk about some bullshit, like.
Yeah, I feel you on that. No doubt.
I feel like especially in 2020, like amongst like my family and like my peers, like that's been more of a like common topic talking, is politics, especially. Yeah. And I think that's if there was one thing that I feel like Donald Trump did well, was he got people like our age more like aware of politics, for better or for worse.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I mean, either way you look at it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I think so too, man. And I think that's what, we talk about. I was talking about this, this circle, this revolving, cycle that we go through. And it's funny how you see something that happened in the 70s or in the 60s, and you see it now in the in the 2000s, and it mirrors a lot of what you see or read from in history. It's almost like somebody's playing a hand in some shit, man. So that's why I try to stay out of that shit a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it sucks, man. When you having to look at things like that. It's like, I don't know. Sometimes you gotta tell yourself to shut the fuck up and have some fun.
With the mainstream media and how they play things, it's like they're like, it's the same game plan, that they've been using since the beginning of time, and people wonder why like things don't change. And it seems like, as you said, stuff is on repeat. Because I feel like they use the same like mind manipulation, conquer, divide tactics on the people to keep them distracted, so they can go about and put in like whatever agendas they want to put in.
That's that propaganda. I watch that shit. Man, you know what? It's such a relief, having a conversation and podcasting with you, man. I had a totally different mindset coming into this. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, cool. I thought I was going to interview you. I was going to, be on my podcast, and we were going to do this thing, and I was going to do this intro and shit. And then you got on there with like the coolest fucking vibe, dude. Yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, this is what we doing. Okay, baby. Yeah, you know what I mean? So that's cool, man. I appreciate you, bro. Here I was doing Instagram Live with Bet the House podcast and the Cognac Room podcast. It's a totally different vibe, yo. It's not chill. It's like you go in here, you got to say your thing. Everybody go talk. Y'all got a point. You know what I'm saying? And there's people coming in talking shit, and it's all live and shit. It's a totally different vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I peeped out like last night, like the conversation. I stopped in for a little bit, like where you guys were talking about like chivalry and stuff. So I was listening for a little bit, and then
What you think? Any ideas on chivalry?
on chivalry.
Is it dead? Is chivalry dead?
No, I think there's some men that, you know, or women, well, I guess in a men's sense, like I think there's some men that still, you know, practice that, you know, and they were taught that, you know, through their parents, you know. But I think people can't do anything that they haven't learned, you know. If they don't know, they're just going to be going off of instinct. But if there's young kids or young men that like were taught that way, and I feel like they still do it to an extent, but
Sure.
It changes, I think, when, you know, they get burned a few times, you know, by women.
Your heart gets stoned. It becomes harder.
Yeah, exactly, man.
You know, and it becomes harder to find that person.
Yeah, and that exactly, and that's where chivalry changes a little bit, you know, because you're like, all right, it shouldn't, but it's like, all right, I don't want to put my heart out there all the way or do all these if, you know, if I got burned in the past, you know. And I think that happens to a lot of men, you know.
Yep.
But how about you, man?
Are you in a relationship now?
Yeah. I have a girl. Yeah, she's older than
Children?
me. No kids.
Oh, look at you. No kids.
No kids though. So I'm like,
Right on.
so my perspective might be a little bit different. You know, I feel like, you know, perspectives change when when kids become involved. Probably like
Yeah.
I see your hat, so I'm assuming that you have children, right?
Yeah, I got 3. Yeah, 20, 13, and 11, all boys. They're
Oh,
outside
okay.
playing right now. I don't even know if you can hear them or not.
No, I
They're
can't.
running around out there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Got the
interesting.
dog out there.
How was like, I guess like your experience, and how did your perspective change once you started having kids?
I never known what it's like not to have kids. I've known only what it's like to have kids longer than to not have kids. My first child was born when I was 19, bro. I was a kid when I had a kid. You know what I mean? I've been a dad since 2000. Shit, don't. Whatever. You might fuck me up. Let me stop. 2001, yeah. July 17th, 2001, man. I've been a father since that day.
Yeah. So your perspectives on life, like,
It's different for sure.
yeah. What are some shifts that you feel like that happen, like mentally, that once you had your first kid, that changed?
Wow. Well, I was in the military, and throughout my entire 20s, I suffered with so much anxiety. Being that young, having a young child, being married, being in another state, you know what I'm saying? All these different things that happened. It was just like throughout the 20s, man. I wish I could erase them. Not erase them. I wish I could relive them is what I want to say. Because I would do things so much better. You know, but my, as far as like, I believe that you got that connection you have with your children is the only thing that matters. Only thing. With your family, you know, with your children, that's the only thing that's there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No matter how bad your sister is, yeah, she might be an alcoholic and a pillhead, but that's your sister. You know what I'm saying? You still got to take care of her. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, even if y'all don't talk for fucking months or whatever, you know what I mean? Some shit like that. But regardless, that's your family. You know what I'm saying? That bond can never be broken. I'm learning that actually now. because as my kids are getting older, I lost my mom in January, and I lost my father-in-law last year in March.
Damn, sorry to hear about that.
I should say. I'm sorry. I said I. Yeah, we lost. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. And so it's been a whole different vibe, bro. All that shit that's going on outside, I don't even give a fuck about, bro. I'm serious. This is the only thing I care, yo. Seriously, man. My kids eating. They got clothes on their back. They clean. You know what I'm saying? They got cars. Shit. You know what I'm saying? They can be taken care of, bro. That's what matters. My kids go out. They're free to go and come and go as they choose for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Age restricted, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And that's it, bro. That's just watching them grow, because to be perfectly honest, I never had like parents like that, grandparents or generations or anything like that. I've never had really any of that. I know them. And like my mom was kind of the last of them to go, you know what I'm saying? Not really, but kind of. It kind of felt like a slice of that fell off, of me. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
In a conscious, mental, weird way.
So what I'm taking is probably like your love, kind of your ability, I guess, maybe to love and take care of somebody outside of yourself probably changed a lot, and it became less about yourself and more about the family, right?
Correct. Absolutely. And that's all to me that matters. That's it. All right, we got the digital age. Everybody can hear you. Everybody can see you. All right. What are you going to do with it? You know what I mean? Do what matters. That's the way I feel. That's what my podcast is, man. It's just me, bro. Just talking about shit. My life, my mental health. You know what I'm saying? And going through it these past 20 years, bro. And, you know what I mean? That kind of shit. It is boring at times, but it's my vlog. It's my, I call it a podcast, but it's really just my diary, bro. In a sense. You know what I mean? I try to sprinkle in some other shit, with an interview, you know what I'm saying? This is going straight to Patreon, and I'd like to talk to you, actually, man. I want to talk to you a little bit on some real other shit. But, this is, honestly, man, if I can continue with this, because it's not going to happen much longer, to be perfectly honest. Because it needs to start paying some shit.
Yeah.
But I'll just get back out there and you know what I'm saying, it'll be part-time, back to part-time on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said, man, my kids eating, kids happy, wife's happy, everybody's happy. I'm happy, bro.
Yeah, with your podcast, like, when did you get started with your podcast? And like, you just I see that you're trying to branch out too, but like, I guess, when did you get started, and then like, where do you see it going?
Okay, like starting on my own, or are you talking about like the beginning?
Beginning.
Oh shit. Damn. All right, I feel like I've told this story so many fucking times. It was me and three guys. We had a podcast called the 3L Podcast, Live, Love, Laugh. So fucking cheesy, but that's why we changed it to 3L. You know what I'm saying? There's three of us, one black, one white. Obviously, I'm Latino. And it was just us getting together, drinking beer, talking shit, laughing at each other, smoking blunts, and just being stupid. You know what I mean? It was fun for a while, and then personal shit got involved. But that was back in, like, I would say September, November of 2019. And then that kind of broke up, and I decided to do my own thing in 2020. Yeah, the beginning of 2020. Started with Fredericksburg's Finest, where I would go around Fredericksburg. Basically, it was just people that I knew that did cool shit, and I'll sit there and we'll talk about the shit that they do in Fredericksburg, try to promote their, what they do. Like, I had my buddy Macho, he does local music. He does the what's that shit called? The open mics.
Okay.
Shit like that. So he goes all around town. So he's my boy. You know what I'm saying? We sit there, smoke a blunt, we talk bullshit, and he talks about his music and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that was Fredericksburg's finest. Had a local wrestler on there, and then obviously my father-in-law passed, and that just like that fucked everything up because it destroyed us, man. It came out of nowhere, bro. And we had to rebuild. Yo. And you can kind of hear it because I started doing Follow My Journey. And that's basically where I started just talking about how I feel about the world, how it all feels like weird and fake. It's a simulation and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And being on sertraline, I didn't want to be on that shit anymore. So I just made it a whole thing, just kind of put it all together, and I'm just documenting as I go, talking about, how I feel with weaning off of sertraline, and hopefully psychedelic mushrooms will work for microdosing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That sertraline that you were talking about, like that's like a man-made pill, right?
Yeah.
And then what is the main like objective of it that they say it's supposed to help with?
Excessive serotonin. So it basically doesn't allow you to get like real happy, you know what I'm saying? And doesn't let the levels drop either. You feel me? So like you're just like a zombie going through life.
But without it, before you started taking it, did you feel like you had like excessive like serotonin?
Anxiety.
Oh, that was causing the anxiety.
It was yeah. Oh, hell yeah, dude. The anxiety was so bad. I was drinking so bad, man, and going through some shit with the family. You know what I mean? And I put myself on it. It was basically like a leash. So now I don't want to be on that leash anymore. And with all the new, news and all the reports that are out, especially from MAPS, shout out to Rick Doblin for what they do, showing that psychedelic mushrooms can help with a variety of things, bro. It basically almost sounds like the miracle drug. You know what I mean? You got a problem with it? Fucking take a mushroom for it. Here, we got you. It almost sounds like that, but at the same time with therapy, obviously you got to have the therapy and work things out and stuff like that. Have a trip sitter, but it just sounds like, why wouldn't you try it? That's all. It can't hurt you. You can't die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You may have to take a couple months to reintegrate. I don't know. It's never happened to me, so I don't know. You know what I mean? Some integration can take days or months, from what I understand.
Yeah. You said you took like 9 grams at one point and you didn't really feel anything. But did you ever feel anything off of mushrooms?
Before? No. Well, yes. I'm lying. When I was 18, I took like, I don't know, half an eighth. And I felt happy as hell. Fucking happy as hell, bro. And that was it. I think 18. I say 18, but I think it was like 15. And then, never again. Oh, I did acid once at around 18, 19. And I never tripped off of that either. I just felt extremely happy on that. Now that I'm older, I don't know. Obviously, the sertraline doesn't help. You feel me? So, and I don't need it anymore. So it's like, let's give it a shot, bro. I'll take one. I took one earlier. I'll take one every day. Is today the day? Let's see. Is today the day that that sertraline is no longer in my brain? Let's see. Let's take one. I don't trip, yo. Like you feel. I'm waiting for the trip.
I've never.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I got them right here, bro. I ain't gonna take it, but
That's the sertraline.
nah. That's the cubensis, the mushrooms.
Oh, okay.
The
Okay.
sertraline is a pharmaceutical drug.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never like seen the like appeal of like pills. You know how like kind of pills. This kind of like the mainstream thing that they pump in like mainstream music. Like I've never seen like the appeal of it. Like even when like Eminem was rapping about it back in our time, like purple pills. Like I feel like always like the natural way is probably the best way to go. Like for like
Facts.
anxiety or like psychological issues, like weed will I feel like is a good start, and then mushrooms is probably the next level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. That's why marijuana is a gateway.
In some instances it is, I think. Yeah.
And it only helps, man. It only helps. The only thing I would say honestly about, other than the seizures and using it for the for the medical purposes and stuff like that, if the kids, like, if I think they're making it 21,
Uh-huh.
I think,
Yeah.
to smoke. I think that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
People gonna hate me for this shit too. I feel like it shouldn't be done until after our brain fully develops. And what is it, 25 or some shit like that? 24, 25, some shit.
Mhm.
I think that's when that stuff can be introduced, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But who am I? I'm just one guy. If my son comes over here and he's 20, if he comes with me and has a beer in his hand, I'm not gonna say anything. Go ahead, have a beer, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you 20, I know, but come sit over here, drink this beer right here next to me. He won't do it because it's disgusting. But you know what I mean? It's like certain things. He's a man now. As a young man, you got certain things you have to. We can't just. I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with it, to be perfectly honest. All I mean is that, we have to guide our children, man, through this world. That's what we're here for, bro. So
Yeah.
if like that interest pops up and they're 20 years old and they want to try a beer, you know what I'm saying? That's fucking old enough to me. I started drinking at 14.
Yeah.
You good, bro. You good. I was a full-blown alcoholic at 20.
Yeah. But you know what though? When you were talking about like the brain developing and like having the age limit higher, like I would say there's people, the alcohol is legal, right? The legal age in America is 21, but like I
Used to be 18.
Yeah. But at 18 or even like younger than 18, like I feel like if kids or whoever starts drinking at an earlier age, that kind of alters their mind state and how they think about like life, still at that
Okay.
age. But like weed, if kids did it at an earlier age, like I think it would just change like their scope of reality in that time being, But if they tried it again later, like in their mid-20s or in their mid-30s, like the weed would just affect like how they think based on where they're at in the moment.
I started smoking cigarettes and weed at 11. I got no. I have no pedestal to stand on. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just have my opinion, and but there's so many societies and different cultures that, like, 8, 9 years old, they're eating magic mushrooms or smoking cigarettes. You seen? I don't know what country it was, man. It was like a bunch of kids, man. They're like 5, 6 years old, all smoking cigarettes. I forgot what country it was. Like, that's just, I don't know, society, culture, different. You know what I mean? I don't know where I was going with that either. I get lost. I'm high as hell, bro.
It's all good, man. Yeah, different countries, they all do things differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's like,
facts.
how can anybody like judge like another like country, like how they run their country? I mean, it's okay for people to have an opinion, but unless we're like living in that type of like environment, it's hard for us to say this is good or this is bad, I think.
Yeah.
So I think you have the best answer. You're just like, I just stay in my own shit. I worry about like my family, making sure my family's good. That's priority number one. Everything else after that is just like, it is what it is.
Extra. It's just extra. You know what I mean? You got, whether it's the family that you have the family the central family in your home, hate, love, fight, you know what I'm saying? All that shit, all that happens in the home. It stays in the home, man, and that you guard that shit with your life, yo, and you make sure that you kind of teach your new generation of kids what you've learned through your experiences in life, and then you teach them the best you can, and then they go off into the world and do whatever it is that they're gonna do. Hopefully that they learn, and you know what I'm saying, go and you hopefully you've been a good teacher, because that's what, you know, that's it.
Yeah. You seem like a very cool like dad. Like you don't try to push them to be something, at least from what you're telling me. Like you're not very like not kind of like my dad. He was kind of like a dictator for real in the house, you know. Like you got to do it my way, or you know, your ass is grass type of thing, you know. And I couldn't function in that type of environment, you know. So there was always a lot of friction between me and my dad. But like you seem like you probably have a pretty good relationship with your kids.
Oh man, I hug my kids every day and tell them I love them, man. Yeah, for sure. Got to. I didn't have that, bro. That's what I wanted my entire life. So I'm giving it.
Yeah, I respect that. That's how I feel too. Like I didn't get a lot extreme love, like the basic necessities my dad he always provided, but like the kind of like, you know, where you need somebody that you can trust and talk to, like from an older OG's perspective, like I don't think I had that. You know, I guess as I got older, I'm like, man, I gotta eventually start listening to somebody or something, you know. So that's why I started like reading a lot more books.
Facts. No, I hear you, man. I hear you. But you still, I'm sure you still love them the same, you know. Sorry, let me get on that. I'm sure you know, you have some, you know, capability of loving him. You have something, I guess. So it's somewhere in there, if you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure I want to make sure my kids know I love them. You know what I'm saying? So because, like I said, man, you got to make sure that that's what's important. That's what's going to stand the test of time more than anything else. It's that love, man. That what we can show our kids, and I don't even look. Listen, this is gonna sound selfish. I don't give a fuck about anybody else's kids, yo. Or, you know what I'm saying? Except my nieces and nephews. I love y'all. So, like, I want to make sure they good. You feel me? That's it. I want to make sure they good, yo, in life. Anything that they need, that's who they know they can come to Arce. They call me Theo. They know they can come to Theo. They know they can come up to Poppy, to Dad. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna judge. I'm not that, yo. I'm tired of being that person. I was that person forever, yo. I was raised that person, man. You judge everybody for not doing something that they think is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Or something that you think is wrong, rather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That shit. I had to break that chain, bro. Generational curse, man. Starting with me. I gotta break it.
Yeah. I respect that, man. I respect that. Do you see with your kids like they have any like talents at a young age that you're like, okay, if I mold and craft them this way, they can probably become great at a particular thing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you brought that back up too, because I wanted to get to that. So for the past 6 years, my middle child has been a YouTuber, and he's been able to express himself creatively with no restriction through me whatsoever. I watch, don't get me wrong, but I don't allow but I don't allow him to you know, feel restricted in what he feels he can do creatively. So that bled into my youngest son, and he also does it. You know, he's more of a different style. But you know, right now, man, they just kids, bro. You know, I'm just letting them be kids. They want to do whatever, but that's what they're good at, man. Being creative. My oldest son, he's more hands-on. He's more of the, but he's got a fucking brain on him, boy. He is, man. I told him, man, if you just apply yourself a little more, man, yo, you could be an engineer out this bitch, man, because of the stuff that he knows, man. And But
Did you
right
ever
now he's
did you ever ask him, like your oldest son, like what he really wants to do? Like
Yeah, and he
what
said I don't know. He's not sure.
mm,
And I said that's okay. Cuz at 19 I was kicked out the house. 18 I was kicked out the house, bro. You know what I'm saying? Um he's 20. I want to make sure that he can settle into this world and be able to provide for himself. My job is to teach him how to provide for himself too. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So yeah, hell yeah, man. So I'm here to help him, not only just in the physical sense of paying for his bills and shit like that, but if he needs somebody to talk to, man, you know what I'm saying? Girl troubles, you know, shit like that, bro. You know, he comes to me, yo. It's not, and I appreciate that shit.
Yeah.
That's the shit that to me is trust. That to me is what we need to build in the home first. You know what I'm saying? Without judgment, bro. But, I'm just saying that because I'm an old head. I feel old, bro.
Yeah, we're getting there, man. I was gonna say, like, with him though, like when he was a kid, like, did you see like any like where he had like some type of like natural talent or ability, whether it was like art, like your oldest son, like was he good at like drawing, or like was he into like music, or like
Yeah, his was gaming. He actually has a YouTube channel. He was kind of the first one to start it in the house, to be honest. And he's got millions of views, bro. He get a check every month, man. And he don't like me to shout him out. That's the reason I don't say nothing. Cause he doesn't even show his face. It's a gaming channel, so
okay.
Tricks, I guess.
What kind of gaming does he do on there?
His favorite game, well, the game he does the most of is JoJo and Bizarre Adventure or something like that. Yeah, he's got millions of views on shit like that, man. Shit that I don't even know. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But my job was to allow him to express it, however that was, and you know what I'm saying. And he's very creative, man. If you go into his room, man, yo, that shit set the fuck up. He inspired this. I said I gotta go do something in the shed, man. Look at this shit. Look at all this shit you got over here, man. So, but he's in community college, general studies, just trying to figure it out, man. There ain't no rush.
Yeah.
Look, man, we can all die tomorrow. That shit don't matter. We can die tomorrow.
Yeah. I think then he has something to build on, that you can see where he's like, all right, this gaming thing, if he's really into it, imagine if he just spent like 8 to 12 hours a day on that and treated that like a real job. He could probably...
Nah, he's got a girlfriend now, bro. That shit 24 hours.
You got to tell him, man. You got to be focused, man. You could provide for your girlfriend, and
he's back in school actually. I think it's about to start. Yeah, he's just getting ready. So he's getting ready for that. It's all good, man. But he did tell me when he was like 10 or 11, he was big into Oblivion, and he wanted to work for what was the name of it? It's in Maryland. Oh my God, Bethesda. He wanted to work for Bethesda because they made Oblivion the game and shit like that. So he's actually has made games, but he keeps that shit to himself. He doesn't show nobody. That's all private. He probably shows his girlfriend, but they keep that stuff together. I don't know. That's his private life, yo. You know what I mean?
What if he was like, man, I want to do this like full time? Like, how would you feel about that?
Do what exactly? The gaming stuff?
Yeah.
Fucking go for it, dude. Go for it. Hell yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
That's your passion. If that's Listen, passion changes.
Yeah.
From when I don't have the same passion from when I was 20 years old, man, and to when I'm almost 40. It's all different now.
Yeah.
So, chase your passion, because chances are 10, 12 years that you may have something else that's a passion, or you may have more, something else may have grown from that passion. You know what I'm saying? That original passion. I don't know. I'm just saying. Just fucking try it.
Yeah.
Try going for something. Fuck.
Because I think some parents, though, they probably wouldn't like support their kid. Like if the kid was like, man, I just want to spend like 8 to 12 hours a day playing this video game, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of parents, they were probably like, man, that's not a real job, you know. But
I've been taking care of them for so long, bruh. The bills that I pay are the same yesterday that they will be tomorrow. You feel me? It's like it doesn't make a dent in anything, bruh. But I want him to do something for himself, you know, obviously, and I want him to do that. But you know, hey man, you can't teach passion. You have to have it. So, you know what I mean? I teach him things as a father. Change a tire, you know what I'm saying? Change the oil and shit like that. Of course, how to cut the grass, that kind of stuff. And that's when some of the best conversations happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe he needs like I don't know, like, you know, I think
kick
a lot
in the ass? Yes. Yeah. He needs a kick in the ass. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think a lot of kids, they have an idea of what they want to become when they're young, but they just need like some type of like outside encouragement, you know, and somebody to make them believe that they can become whatever they think they can become, you know. Even adults too, like us. Like I think people, they need encouragement or some type of affirmation from people outside of them. Kids even more so than adults, I think, you know, to let them know that, okay, maybe I can do this, you know.
That's the way I see it, as, you know, the people around you. See, I feel like I feel like we're all living on a global level, and if we just brought it down a little bit and just, you know, be more neighborly and be sorry man, my throat is dry.
Oh, you're good.
Be a little more neighborly, you know, to each other and help each other. I think if we start at rock bottom, grassroots, a lot of things can be solved just by doing that.
But yeah, most kids, I guess a lot of kids, they just need encouragement to believe that they can be it and know that they have like some type of like support, that if they're like, okay, if this doesn't work out, like I'm not a failure, you know. It's just like another, you know, I just have to, you know, rework some things and then like keep that same goal and keep going, you know. So with like the video games, like,
right. Yeah,
you know, like
exactly
you said, your bills wouldn't change that much, but like, what if he was like, give me like 5 years to make something happen and I can go 100%. If I go 100% and show you that, you know, I can make a living off of this video game stuff, like, would you do that?
100%. I'm 100% in. Yeah. 100% in. You got to believe in your children, man. Got to believe in them, bro. I know you don't have children. I'm just saying. Yeah. I guess I'm speaking to the masses.
No, you're good, because that's good to know, because I'm just speaking from what I think, but I guess it would be different if I had kids and I was supporting them, and, you know, the same thing. Like, it was like, all right, I hope and I want them to become self reliant, self-sufficient, but when is the right time to like kind of like push them hard, like some way, if you don't see that they're moving hard enough or at a fast enough rate to become self-sufficient, right? So you do you feel like kind of like pressure as a parent to like get them to move?
No, because he's already expressed to me that he wants to move. He's got his car already. You know, he does work sometimes. Nah, he don't. I mean, he stays home most of the time and studies. But you know, fuck. What was it again? What were you saying? Back a little bit.
Do you feel like any type of like pressure as like a parent to push him in a certain direction, or to get to become self-sufficient at a certain age?
Sometimes you definitely got to be the person to kick them in the ass, and a lot of times that's where, you know, they're kids, man. They get mad at you when you tell them the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if you sometimes sit down with them and talk to them calmly, they can get upset. You know what I mean? And that's just because they're children, bro. Still, 20 years old to me as a kid, man. I used to hate when people said that shit to me when I was 20.
Yep.
But I just don't want my kids to live the life that I did. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure to encourage them in what they want to do. And if he told me, give me 5 years, I'm gonna be a millionaire, I'm gonna be like, you know what? You got 2. No, I'm just kidding. I'll be like, hell yeah, I got you. For real, all in. Anything you need me to do, you want me to be in the background doing something, I'll be your cheerleader, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll podcast it. I don't care. You know, you tell me what you want me to do, and I'll, you know what I'm saying, I'll help. But I don't know. I don't know about the certain age thing. I really can't. You know what I'm saying? It would be nice if he was, 21 and self-sufficient. I think 21 is a good age. I think 26 is too late. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, and he's already making moves to do it. So shit.
Yeah. But what do you? Yeah. On the last thing you said, like, what is but between 25 and 26, like, what do you think is like the major difference? I would say I feel like that's some people don't figure it out till like in their 30s, man, or like there's some people that they don't achieve what they wanted to up until like their 50s or 60s, like Colonel Sanders and KFC.
That's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay. So that's fine. That's the way like your life is. It's all good. I listen. I have a son. He's 20, and he's already expressed himself wanting to be out in the world and go and doing his thing. And all I can say is, hell yeah. Just tell me when you're ready. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I mean, if you're gonna sit here for 3-4 years more, I might have a little issue. You know what I'm saying? But I think, if he was going hard on something, I would support it until then, for sure. But I don't know. I don't know what he's going hard at, other than trying to. Never mind. Never mind. I ain't gonna go there.
Yeah.
He's 20. Got a girlfriend. I ain't gonna go there.
The gaming, man. But I guess it's like if he has a fan base on the gaming, like I feel like if he focused on that and put like all his like focus on that, like who knows what could happen in there, And then if he gets
camera shy. He's camera shy. That's why he won't do it. Yeah, he likes to be behind the scenes. He won't even use his voice in the YouTube channel. You know what I mean? But and he's tried different games that he likes a lot, like his favorite games, and it just doesn't get the same amount of views as what he originally started the channel with.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess maybe he's somewhere in an impasse trying to figure out who he is and what kind of content. Maybe he just doesn't talk to me about it, but it looks like it to me.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, in that sense, like I don't know, because like in the gaming world, like I don't know, like if there's like a super successful, and I say successful with air quotes, but like people that are making a living off of gaming that don't use their voice or face. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. There might be. That's something I would look up and see. Like, who's the top most successful people that don't use face cam or voice on gaming and shit.
Yeah, I know, right? For real, you ain't lying. I know of one that does, but he uses his voice, but he never shows his face. Is H2O Delirious.
Okay.
He's funny as shit too, but yeah, that's the only, maybe he'd be the first. Remember when how do you say her name? Sia? When she first came out, nobody knew her face because she wouldn't reveal her face to nobody or some shit. It's like that.
Yeah.
She made millions of dollars covering her face. Well, she can sing like a motherfucker too, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was gonna say, like, if you don't use voice or face, like, you got to be damn good at the game where people are like, oh shit, how's this motherfucker so good?
Good point.
Something I guess that keeps people interested or tuned in, right?
Yeah, for sure. But how do you learn that when you're 20 years old, going through so many things? He's growing. He's a young man in this world, and he's unsure of himself. Sure, he has confidence. That's different, but he doesn't know what's gonna happen. that adventure. He went to Chicago for like 2 weeks by himself. Stayed at the hotel and had a good old time the whole time out there. Would have stayed with his girlfriend and shit. And
Sounds like what I was on at that age. Shit like that.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
As a parent, you can just try to guide them the best you can, but then they have to figure out like their own journey in life and what drives and motivates them, and what kind of lifestyle they want. I think that too in itself, like understanding like what type of lifestyle, because mainstream media, I always talk about mainstream media, like I've been on this mainstream media like hating type of thing, man, because I see the game for what it is, but yeah. I feel like mainstream media, they're always trying to sell you something, or they're trying to like get you to think a certain way, and it's like, so they try to sell a lifestyle to the young kids that you need to have this by this age, or have certain things to like make you feel good about yourself. But it's like, if you take all that away, like people, it comes down to like what that person wants, right? Like what they want out of their own life. And that's something that I think people have to figure out for themselves, right?
Absolutely, man. I think everybody's figuring it out. I think we're still figuring it out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that's what this is. A maze. I'm trying to figure this shit out, man. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, myself included. I say that about, other people because I can see it, but at the same time, it's like you said, it's ourselves, and trying to figure out like what our place is in the world before it's over, but like at least our lifetime as we know. But I ask myself that every day, but I always have this crazy like sense that like I feel like we're being lied to all the time. Don't you?
Yeah, facts. Seriously, on every angle, every platform, everything. Everybody's lying to you. Everybody's lying to me, bro. Sucks, man.
Yeah.
It sucks, man. It really does. Have you had any like major psychedelic experiences out of the couple times that you did it?
Yeah, probably just the last time that I felt it the most is when I was just eating the mushroom. Like I have some, I forgot they're down there, but like when I was eating them, like it was just the feeling that I felt, like it was very a strong feeling of love and like less ego. And that's what, I guess that's one of the stereotypical things that people say when they do psychedelics or mushrooms is like, I have less ego, right? It's kind of like that ego death. But it's only temporary though, for that time being that you're feeling it. And then as the days go by, you kind of get back into the same, like, you're back to what you were, I guess, normally trained to believe or think, or how you feel about certain things. But I think it's good to know. It's good to know that side, that psychological side, that you're capable of feeling that type of love and less ego. But you don't want to feel that way all the time, though. Like, you don't want to feel like no ego all the time, because motherfuckers will take advantage of you. So you got to have some kind of ego.
Tell me about that. Why? Get into it.
Yeah.
Give me a thought on that. That's good, bro.
My thought on that is that if you go into the real world, there's a lot of sharks and wolves out there, man. Like in whatever industry you want to go into, or if you're just out and about in a certain area, man, there's always sharks and wolves out there. And if you just are feeling like no ego and high all the time, like I feel like people can and will take advantage of you once they smell like weakness, or this guy's a sucker, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I guess that's why I'm saying you don't want to be like no ego all the time, man.
Makes sense, man. Sorry. Makes sense, yo. Makes perfect sense. Other than like the loving feeling, was there like any kind of like breakthrough on something that maybe you were thinking of during those experiences? Like maybe something that weighed heavy on you?
Yeah. There was just like I said, I went through my phone and I was like texting like family members and some friends that I had issues with in the past, and was just like, yo, I love you, man. And you know, it felt good, you know, because whether they were receptive in the way that I wanted them to be, like, at least I felt better, like, getting that off my chest, just so they know, you know what I mean? We might not be squared up 100 off of that, but, like, at least they know, like, where I stand, you know, as far as whatever issues we might have had in the past. So I feel like that was probably the biggest breakthrough at that time when I was taking that last mushroom episode or trip, whatever you want to call it, was reaching out to people that, you know, I felt like, you know, I wasn't 100 with, and then, you know, just letting them know that I love them. And, you know, that's that. Like, if I was sober, I probably would never feel that, you know. I would think it, you know, I should probably text or message this person, but I don't think I would ever, like, physically do it and put it into action. But the mushrooms kind of, like, allowed me to do that, I think. So to answer your question, that was probably, like, the biggest, like, breakthrough of mushrooms or psychedelics at that time.
Did it change you after that?
You always come back to normal. Like, what you've been thinking, I think, the majority of your lifetime, you know, and that ego, it builds back up, you know what I'm saying?
So interesting, man.
Yeah.
Wow, yo.
But like I said, you don't want to do mushrooms like all the time, like every day, and be feeling high, like no ego all the time.
Yeah. See, like, the way I want to do it is through microdosing, and it's like a 10th or a 20th of dose. You know what I'm saying? It's not a whole lot. So it's like, essentially what I'll be doing is replacing the mushrooms, replacing the sertraline with the mushrooms. But I won't be taking it as much. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Just studies have shown, man, it just helps, bro. It helps. And then it helps with, in large doses, it helps with addiction, bro. You see me over here. Well, I ain't drinking today, but like, there's so many different types of addictions too,
yeah,
bro. You
like,
know what I'm saying?
Like these shrooms, like, are you getting them, like, prescribed from like a doctor, or are you just getting them on the black market?
Nah, I'm growing them myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're...
Yeah, I'm growing. I had to. I purchased a kit. Online. I won't say the name. I don't know if he'd even want me to say it, but. Got the kit. He's legit. I might as well, because he's legit, for real. Sacred 3 mushrooms. I got the grow kit from Sacred 3 mushrooms. It's called the Personal Fable. It's like $90. He sent it to me. And it gives you directions on how to use it, but it doesn't give you the spores. The spores are what's on a different class. So, like, I can purchase spores online, but it's classed as a scientific reason, where the substrate and everything that comes into the kit is the shit that you can just buy at Home Depot. He just happens to pack it up together real nice. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I got the grow kit from him. I got the spores from somewhere else, and I learned how to, basically through YouTube, how to grow them. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody ever asks me how to do it, just the first thing I would say is sterile. Be completely sterile environment. You'll kill mushrooms if any kind of bacteria gets into it.
And these ones that you've grown, like, did you, like, test them out, and how does it make you feel?
That's the 9 grams.
That was part of
9 grams of what I grew.
Yeah. Yeah, because they have different, like, sorry to cut you off. They have, like, different groups of, like mushrooms. So, like, if you didn't feel anything, maybe, do you know, like, if it was the one, like the magic one?
Oh yeah, good point. Well, if it stains purple, well, it's the entire mushroom through the spore is magic. When you have to catch it, where you have to catch it is where the veil breaks. Right when the veil breaks, it's getting ready to drop its spores, and that's where the psilocybin is the highest in the mushroom. So picking it is always important. So, what's it called? But they're called Puerto Rican cubensis, the Puerto Rican. They look pretty much like the golden teachers, if you know what those are. and I've given them out. I've given them out to people, and I've heard nothing but positive, man. So
So they
I
do
know it's
work.
me.
So you have people that you have grown and they've tested them and they said they feel something. But for you,
Yep.
with the 9 grams, you didn't really feel nothing, huh?
Mm-mm.
Huh.
I felt more drunk, I think, than anything. But I was drinking. I was drunk. I ain't feel nothing but drunk.
How much did you drink though?
12 pack.
A
12
12
pack of Heineken.
Yeah, that's
Drank a lot, bruh.
that might have masked it potentially, the feeling,
Yeah.
or maybe
Yeah.
made it be different. But yeah, I'll show you the ones that I have, the mushrooms that I have right now, and because the one that you showed me, it looked a little bit different, you know. So I'll show you the one I got real quick.
Yeah, I've been eating all the caps. Oh, I got the stems left. But
Oh, okay. Yeah, yours are thin. Like these are the ones I have. It's kind of thick.
see, are those Golden Teacher?
I don't even know the strain. Like my guy that gave him to me, or I bought him from, like he does shrooms a lot. So these are the ones that he always eats.
Is it dried?
Yeah, it's
Do
dry.
you touch it? Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's all dried. This is the little bit that I have left right here. But
Oh, wow.
yeah, this should get you right, man. Like
Damn, bro. I need to try them shits. I need to find out what type there are and I'll grow it.
yeah, I can ask my guy, man, and see like if he knows the name the next time I holler at him.
Yeah, that'll work. It
But,
looks like Golden Teacher
yeah,
or Penis Envy maybe.
yeah, I've heard of penis envy. Another one of my guys, he does like those. He grows them and then he like makes those like chocolate bars.
Nice.
Yeah.
I want to try some of them shits.
Yeah, off cam or whatever. Like hit me on the IG. Maybe I can like figure out like how I can ship them to Virginia, man, and maybe we can do some work.
Yeah, word. Facts. Hey,
Yeah.
I got Shroom Fest coming up
Okay.
August
Yeah.
21st. Did I send you an invite?
I
think I did.
I'm not sure.
I'll send you. I'll send an invite. You come in if you want to come in. You know, there's
Yeah.
no pressure, bro.
Okay.
We're gonna be there for 4 hours, chilling, listening to music, networking. There's gonna be a lot of other podcast people there, and I'm gonna be having some giveaways, man. CBD, some soap. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
A lot
That's
of
what's up.
handmade soap from
Yeah.
Jai Unique. I don't know if you know what that is. Jai Unique made her. But it's gonna be fun, man. For real, that'd be cool as
Yeah.
shit.
I haven't sampled it yet though, but he always sends me like pictures of what he's producing.
Do it, do it,
So
do it, do it. Do
whenever
it.
I'll send you some pictures, later when we get off here of what he sent me, and then you can kind of, so you have an idea of what he's like kind of like working with, and then if whenever I get my hands on it, like I'll sample it and then see what kind of numbers he's talking about on his end. The secret government could be listening to our conversation right now.
Yeah, no, it's facts. This is Zoom, bro. Zoom. Guess who's an owner of Zoom?
Some Chinese motherfuckers.
Nancy Pelosi.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What you blazing right now?
Presidential OG.
Okay. Is that a pre-roll that you bought?
Nah, I just rolled it.
Oh, okay.
I always say I'm old school, bro. I just roll this shit up and smoke it. I have a bong. I do have a dab rig with it. Just a regular bowl, I guess. But I always got to get my game Rillos or my game white grape cigarillos
What is your preferred way of blazing
in a blunt.
blunts?
Well, unless I got shatter or what is that turp batter? Unless I got some of that, sometimes I'll put turp batter on a blunt or just hit it out the dab.
Do you ever like take breaks from like smoking weed?
Yeah, I do actually. Every day. That was a good break. Nah, I'm kidding. Actually, the only reason I'm smoking now is because we chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But generally throughout the day, I don't smoke. I'll hit it with coffee. All right, to get my day started. But I usually don't mess with it again until the evening. So throughout my whole day, I don't. It's not like it lasts all day either.
Yeah, I feel you.
know. Unless you're getting that dab, that shit lasts for a minute.
I be trying to take some breaks, you know, from time to time, because sometimes I got at different points where I'll be like smoking too much, like every day, and like I'm like, damn, I gotta come back to sober, so and feel that type of like sober reality as well.
Yeah.
Like I gotta feel some type of pain, you know.
I feel you on that.
I'm like, life can't be this. I can't be high all the time, man. It's not regular, you know.
Yeah. I hear you, man. I don't know. This shit feels like it's in my DNA.
Yeah. Do you think, like, if you took like a week off, like how different,
I'd
or
be good.
would you be like? Do you think you'd be like more like irritable?
No, but I'd be more active because, you know, I could get irritable. You feel me? So I definitely try to be more active so I don't.
Yeah.
Stoner high, just sit at home and do nothing, I guess, huh?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes like I feel like I wouldn't say more productive when I'm sober, but I think differently when I'm sober.
Yeah.
Like I do certain things different. Like I would do like just I guess more. I think just like it's hard to explain. Like I don't know. Like when I'm high, like I'm more like, all right, I could do this. I can focus on one thing and I'll get to the next thing when I get to it, you know. But like when I'm sober, my mind is always like running fast, and I'm like, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this, you know.
Oh, I see. Okay. I'm actually kind of the opposite when it comes to that. Yeah. So like when I smoke more, because I don't fuck with indicas. You know what I'm saying? Always with the sativas. So I make sure to stay busy throughout the day, man. For real, you gotta walk around, bro. You gotta do work, obviously. I mean, this is.
I think one of the best things that I feel like that you or I have that some people don't have, that podcast, is the ability to be free with like our words, you know, like because we don't have like somebody holding us with like a 9 to 5 or like a company that's saying, oh, you know, you can't. In our back of our mind is like, yo, I can't say this or I can't say that because, you know, I don't want to get fired, you know, or I don't want people to have a certain perception of me, you know. So that's what I think. You know, you and I, we could be more free in that sense.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's the only place where I'm not afraid to express myself however the fuck I want. You know what I mean? People will hate it. People will love it. I hope not to disrespect you in any way because we over here doing it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's it, bro. That's it, man.
Yep.
Just do our passion, yo. What are you promoting mainly for your podcast? Do you promote anything for your podcast?
Nothing. I don't promote nothing but like what I feel like I want to talk about, and like what I feel like, you know, might help other people, like give them some type of value. Free game, free 99, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but you know, in that sense, like it could be good and bad, because like sometimes people, they want they tune into things where there's like a direct like a message, like, you know, they're focusing on either one topic or they're yeah, you know, like either one topic or one type of like style, like they go to them for like a specific thing. But for me, I'm kind of like I think of it as being more like Joe Rogan, like, you know, talk to different people and, you know, give people value through whatever we talk about, you know. But I don't really like ask. I don't like ask people to do anything really.
You just say, "Hey, this is the clip for my." Yeah, I get it. That's I mean, that's how I use my podcast page, man. I just started ramping it up just a little bit because of the Stroom Fest. But all that kind of stuff, all that promoting and all that kind of stuff, I don't like doing that shit.
Yeah.
Like for myself, if I had a sponsor, it'd be different for real. But what I'm doing is just adding extra work. You know what I mean? That's basically masking shit. Nah, you know, I'm just playing. But
It's a evil necessary. Like, I think, you know, I don't like to do it, but at the same time, I feel like, yeah, eventually you have to do it in some sense, right?
Yeah.
If you want people to like listen to whatever you're talking about.
I feel like I'm kind of good at it. You know what I mean? And at least in my own travels, I've grown quite a bit from when I first started promoting the podcast. The way I promote it now, and it's not like I don't know. It's just I guess better. I mean, you can see the progression from where I started. Although a lot of that stuff I didn't move to the archive, but you can definitely see it. Um, Especially if you watch it on the YouTube channel, man. It just came from like fucking nothing, bro. You know, not that it's nothing something big now. You feel me? And I'm not getting millions of views, nothing like that. I'm just saying this circle right here, what's going on in here, has grown so much in the last 2 years. You know what I'm saying? It's way different. I'm a way different person than I was in the beginning of last year, yo.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yep.
And I just be trying to grow, man. And now I'm just searching for my niche, you know, not just what's popular. So that's why the podcast I call Arse. It's me, you know. However that happens, it could be maybe I'm bipolar. I don't know, quite possible, but maybe my podcast is definitely bipolar. I'm all over with them shits, but I'm trying to just figure out what my niche is now, and just kind of and just hone my craft, I guess.
Yeah. Takes time. Yeah. I think as long as you never give up, eventually, you know, you'll find it. I think, you know, it's just about trying different ideas. Try as many ideas as, you know, you think you can, and that, you know, over time, you know, something has to stick, right?
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For
Yeah,
sure.
man. I agree.
Yeah, man. I gotta get some work done and stuff, but it was good talking to you, man. I appreciate.
Yeah, you too, man. I appreciate that a lot, bro.
Yeah.
It's been real good, man. Thanks for having me in too. What's call? All right, for my audience, and then I'll do yours. All right, give me your plugs.
My plug, my channel, if anybody wants to tune in, it's the P.V.R LYFE project. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and the video episodes on my YouTube channel with the same name, the P.V.R LYFE project, LYFE, and PVR stands for positive vibes and relaxation, and also perception versus reality. So, yeah, that's about it on mine. And then how about yours for the people tuned into mine? Like, go ahead and plug your podcast.
Hey, thanks for having me on, y'all. For real, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, you can catch the Arse podcast on all major platforms. You can go to patreon.com/Arse, get exclusive content, sign up for Shroomfest while you're there. Get a ticket, come on and join, be over there chilling with us.
What day is Shroomfest? And what
August
time?
21st, 6:30 p.m. East. Should be like 3:30 y'all time. But it goes, it's until like 7:30, 8:30 your time.
Okay, got you. Right on.
It's early. It's just to kick off Shroomfest. I don't know if you know what Shroomfest is or anything like that. I know you're about to get off, but it's just basically wherever you are in the world, take shrooms. You are in Shroomfest. I just happen to be putting all my friends together. Let's do it. You know what I mean? So, and, you know, it's going to be networking. You can get tickets to it. You can watch live podcasts, giveaways. We're going to have some music. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be like a little online festival, man. In your own home, in the safety of your own home. Just come on in, enjoy, and have some fun. Patreon.com/Arse. Appreciate you.
Right on. That's what's up, man. All right, I appreciate your time today, and yeah, man, we'll chop it up again in the future when the universe is ready. Okay.
All right, man.
All right, I'll talk to you soon. Yes, sir. Thank you again.